You're listening to BoomBox Weekly.
What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode of BoomBox Weekly, and this week we have the beautiful R&B artist Rakiyah in the building.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I'm Gentel, Sharrie.
Omar Cook. You already know what time it is. BoomBox Weekly. We tapped in. We got a dope artist, out of Jersey. Rakiyah,
right.
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I was having like a great night so far, so it's a great way to end it with you guys. Thank you for having me again.
No problem. My little birdie told me that you came to LA to do a show called Simply R&B, presented by Simply Music. Tell us about that.
So I flew in Tuesday, from Jersey, and the show was Saturday. So it was really dope. I headlined it. That was my first time headlining and my first time performing in LA. Yeah. And that was like my second show.
Okay.
Like, kind of really ever. So it's been mad crazy. But it was really good. It was really nice. It was intimate. The venue was amazing. The event was very, 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 very well. So I'm about to go home now, but I had a great time. I wish I didn't have to.
Hey, job well done, yo.
Thank you.
Were you nervous before you performed?
So, I think every performance, you're going to have naturally nerves, right? It's a new crowd. It's going to be new no matter how many times you do it kind of thing. And because it's my second show, I think I'm still going to have nerves, you know what I mean? But the first show I did in Brooklyn is when I had the most because it was like, I haven't done a show, years. But I think once I got the first show out of the way, the second show, I felt way more comfortable. Like I knew what it was, that I needed to do, how I wanted to be. So I wasn't as nervous. I actually was very comfortable within like a few minutes of my set. So it was nice. It was a great experience.
Did you sing your new single, Crash?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So I saved it for last. Okay. So it's at the end of my set. Great way to end out the show. Yes. Because there's a lot more alternative too from my current discography. Mm-hmm. So I ended it with a bang. You know what I mean? Let it get its shine. Yeah. It's one of my favorite songs so far because I produced that one myself.
Oh,
That's
wow.
my first time. Yeah, first time releasing a written and produced by Rakiyah Records. So.
Yeah. And it sounds good too.
Thank you.
I feel like you have an acoustic voice.
I
don't know, it's just so smooth and pure.
Yeah, when I turned it on, I was like, dang, this is some bangers on it.
Yeah.
Riding in the car, listening to it. It's got that night feel, you feel me?
It really does.
I get that a lot. Most people your music, I feel like I can just vibe to or drive to or do work to, you know what I mean? It gets people in a really good vibe or mood, no matter what I'm singing about. So I love that.
Right.
My fans tell me that all the time.
One of my favorite songs that I was listening to was the Naughty by Nature track.
Yeah, that one lit. That was a vibe.
Omar said that's a song.
Yeah, it's upbeat, you know what I mean?
It
was a little different from the other tracks that you had on the project.
You
know. How did you go from the smooth and mellow track to that upbeat Naughty by Nature?
So I was out in Atlanta actually working with a producer, the Black Mike, and he, gave me that track. Yeah. And I just kind of just did whatever felt right on it. It's lively, it's upbeat, it's up-tempo. And I was like, I feel like rapping. So there's some singing on it, right? My signature high singing. But, second verse, I was like, I gotta, I'm from Jersey. So, why not?
Yeah.
It's different a little bit, for sure. I think it stands out the most amongst my discography. Yeah. But it's one of my funnest tracks I've done. Sure. To be honest. So I love it. I love the versatility of it. I don't really want to be in kind of one box with my R&B or alternative R&B. Yeah. I just want to vibe and have a good time.
You came in like Lil Kim.
I mean, for sure. Left Eye, rest in peace, Left Eye. I loved Left Eye, Lil Kim, Eve. A lot of that is what my parents had me growing up listening to or what I heard around. So I think my instinct when I rap kind of has that influence. That's why you hear I'm Lil Kim, I'm Eve, Left Eye. So
if Lil Kim called you right now and was like, I want to do a collab, what type of song would you do with her?
First of all, I feel like Lil Kim makes me feel like a badass. It makes me feel sexy, makes me feel just in my skin, authoritative. So I think it would have to be something just being bad or just empowered, you know what I mean? Talk. Can I curse on you?
Yeah.
All right, talk your shit. Excuse my language. Talk your shit. So I feel like that would be a record I would do with Lil Kim. But also singing. Like I would leave the rapping actually to Lil Kim, and I would just float with her. I think melodically. I think that would actually be fire. Lil Kim, if you watching this,
oh, she definitely gonna be tuned in real soon if she ain't watching right now. You know what I mean?
How is it? I let you down. No, but seriously, that would be a really crazy dream come true.
You mentioned how you said she makes you feel like a badass. You know, what feeling do you want to portray for your audience? You know, how do you want them to feel?
Through my music? So I think my current discography has a whole concept called, like, I call it a Cosmic Love Odyssey. So a lot of it's like sensual, you know, your divine femininity and being strong and being empowering and, you know who you are kind of thing, what you deserve, you know. And I made those records from, like, I kind of feel like my own artsy ego, you know what I mean? Like, it's who I am, but it's not who I wear on my skin. So I think music allows me to kind of put that at the forefront in my music. So I want other people to be like, I feel you, you know, I want to feel the same way, you know. Like, a lot of times people are like, I feel sexy when I hear your music. And I'm like, good. Because you are sexy.
Yes.
You should, you know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, now I feel like I'm getting a little bit deeper in my music, which no shame to my current discography, of course, you know what I mean? But, like, I get to kind of go deeper than the surface of, like, a lot of things I have been through, which is, like, Crash Landing on You. I feel like kind of shifts away from that era and closes it out, so that when I'm into the new year, you know, the music is kind of like in a little different direction lyrically.
Yeah, it's gotta feel good to know that people have a reaction that's positive to your music, you know, and they're showing that to you. You know, that's gotta be reaffirming to what you set out to do.
It is. It matters a lot too. You know what I mean? Like, I make art as any artist for yourself, but like at the end of the day, it's who's listening that you also really care about.
Right.
So to know that, like, I have fans that, like, listen to my music and it impacts them in some kind of way. Like, I get all kind of different DMs and messages from my fans, which are called the Rockets.
Rockets?
Right.
Rockets.
Shout out to the Rockets.
Shout out to the Rockets. Love you guys.
Rockets lunch.
Right. I mean, but, like, that's how I really see the beginning of my era, like, starting off, like, taking off. Yeah. But also my background. Like, I used to be an aerospace engineer.
And you studied abroad.
Yes,
in Korea.
In South Korea, yes.
That's crazy.
Mad crazy.
That's a crazy journey.
Yeah.
Very, it's been...
Yeah, well, let's stop there.
Right. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
How you go from aerospace to making music? Not to say anything's different.
Right.
That really better, but you know.
Right. I mean, since I was, like, little, I love science and math. Like, my family knows that about me, right? Like, kind of a nerd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've always been, like, very into school. I loved reading, and I think as I got older, I still somehow, like, managed to touch the arts. Yeah. So I did, like, ballet, jazz, you know, thankfully my mom was able to do that for me still.
Sure.
And then I was, like, into acting and theater, and I was in, like, school plays, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. But I still was, like, on the path of, like, science and engineering. And then I left high school actually trying to go into film production. Like, I really wanted to be an editor and a director. Right. But, you know, my parents was like, but what about science and engineering? Like, it's a stable job. Right, so I was like, you know what? Maybe you're right. You know, we listen to our parents and love them dearly, but, like, it's all good, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think I had a great experience going through it. Yeah. You know, I had its ups, it has its downs. Yeah. But engineering was cool. I actually went to school for industrial engineering. Okay. And I was able to get into aerospace engineering, which was cool. It just wasn't an industry I really wanted to get into, and I just felt like I was meant to do something else. Yeah. So it changed because I went to South Korea, as you mentioned. When I was in school, it was a period I wasn't, like, able to take classes, and I didn't really have the bread. So while I was out of school, I ended up being, like, introduced to, like, Korean dramas. Yeah. And an old coworker put me on, and I was like, no. Yeah. But she was like, oh, give it a try. And I was like, all right. I don't know, I got hooked. Yeah. Like, I was just, it's different. Like, K-dramas are just so different and so good to me. And then in that time, because I love to learn, I was like, I want to learn the language. Sure. So I just taught myself. Like, I bought books, use YouTube, and at my job, I was at a 9-to-5 job to, like, you know, raise the bread. I think I had to raise like $12,000 and go back to school, or I couldn't continue. So I literally saved up $12,000. But every day at that desk, to make that easy for me, I taught myself Korean whenever I had free time and was studying.
So you can say some for us.
안녕하세요.
Okay.
안녕하세요. Rakiyah입니다. So I just said,
Yes.
hi, I'm Rakiyah. And then sometimes other people actually released music in Korean too.
I was about to say, because
Yes, I have like 2 records where I did like English and Korean.
Black Korean singer, that's a hit right there.
It's a
Rocket
hit.
Launch.
Rocket Launch. Exactly. On cue.
Yeah.
No, it was lit. The reception of it was interesting though too.
Yeah.
You know, so anyway, my experience in Korea was great.
Yeah.
Very unique experience. First time going away so far from home, and I didn't have home, so it had its beautiful moments, and then I think in my own personal mental space, it had some like really rough moments. But I came out of it, and when I came back, I was like, I want to change that experience. So I went back again. And at the time, my school found out I was making like a YouTube channel.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I made a YouTube channel. Yes. I had a YouTube channel about like studying Korean, like methods and like tips and tricks I was using, which is it was like a very specific niche, but it grew like really, really like well. Like I think like it peaked at like 50,000 subscribers.
Oh, dang, that's good.
And my school was like, you want to study abroad? And I was like, word? And they was like, yep, I got funding every time. They gave me money every time.
Look, that hard work paid off.
It paid off. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I was at my lowest of not being able to go to schools, I had no bread. You'd be surprised with kind of like how your life will shift.
Comes out of it.
And comes out of it. So I have like no regrets about that whole thing.
Well, because you was already working on something you didn't even know was like blossoming.
I had no idea. I had no idea that I was even going to know anything about South Korea, let alone learn Korean, let alone live in South Korea. Yeah, it's still kind of crazy when I think about it every now and then. Like, wow, I really did a lot of different things.
The journey's crazy.
Mad crazy.
You never know where God is going to take you, you know?
For real.
You're doing something one day and you're like, damn, what am I doing this for? And the next thing you know, you're in credit.
Right. Everything paid for, like.
You know?
Yes,
literally.
everything paid for. Never had, like, nothing. I never needed nothing when I went. Just experience. Met my best friend there. Shout out to Belle. I love you, boo.
Shout out to Belle.
Another beautiful black woman lived in Korea. Still lives there now. Actually, she teaches English, speaks Korean as well. So like, I gained a lot from that. And I think when I came back, I was like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to get out the way real quick.
No,
you know,
right.
You know, bounce. You know, out the way. You know, come back better.
Right.
Yeah.
It's necessary for our growth. You know what I mean?
Right. So I came back, did engineering, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I told my family, like, listen, I'm making this a choice for me. Because I think I did a lot of choices growing up for other people. And they kind of understood. Because it's like, what are you going to say? I done did this.
Right.
I done did this. I did all these different things.
You
like,
tried everything.
Right. Let me have this.
Right.
And I think it's just, like, nerve-wracking because obviously being an artist is not easy. You know? So people just want the best for you to what works. And they have fears of, like, what it's like to be in the industry. And I do, too. But I just wanted to do what felt right, and I feel like this is my calling, personally, being a creator. We
live in a different generation where we can be artists and work different jobs and hustle differently, you know what I mean? It's frightening to some of our, like, older generations.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? Like, they grew up in a totally different time, so, like, what they were told they needed to do, especially as black people, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta forgive a lot of that, too. So the expectations for you to do the same thing make sense, but it's just like, things has changed, times has changed, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's different. Yeah.
Things are different. And we're going to take a quick little break and give a shout out to our proud sponsors, 24/7 Live Culture. We're back with BoomBox Weekly, and we have Rakiyah in the building. She's been dropping all her gems with us. Korea singer. She got Korea song. You gotta let us know which song it is.
Yeah. It's Like You. So I have a single out called Like You. the Korean pops up in like the second verse.
Okay.
So give a little surprise.
Yeah.
And then on my project Into the Cosmos, my last song, The Invitation, is in Korean, which features a Korean R&B singer as well, Jacob.
Okay.
So he was nice enough to give me that feature.
So you have definitely a Korean fan base as well too.
Yeah, so like, I mean, actual Koreans, yeah. But like, people don't really realize, like, people who tend to like K-pop or Korean music are a lot of international fans. So you get a lot of people from like Brazil, Americas, you know, Europe. So a lot of my fans that like Korean things or Korean music or Korean shows, like, they're all over the world actually.
Right.
So like, that's also mad crazy. Because we share like this common thing, so I think they'd be like, I love it.
And what's your inspiration through this whole thing?
The
Like through your whole like artist singing journey.
What's inspiring me? I'm honestly, like, I love storytelling.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a blessing to be able to have that gift. So I just use music as a medium to like express that and express myself and express stories. Like, I love film, so I want to get into film. I kind of want to act, learn how to act more. Music is a medium for me. Like, visual arts, I can edit. Like, it's a lot. I'm so blessed. Dance.
Yeah.
So like, I think the inspiration is kind of being the symbol of, like, as a black woman at least, like, not having no box. You feel me? Like, I don't want to be put into a box of anything, you know, no matter where I'm from, you know, what I'm expected to be. I think I broke past every barrier as a, you know, little girl growing up in urban communities, like from science to, you know, reading to dance to like being into art, languages, and that was already different. You know what I mean? Like, that was already type different. And I just want to keep being different. Because I have baby sisters now, like they're 9 and 7. So I want them to kind of see, like, now I have to be mindful of them. Because I've been the oldest, like, my whole life. Literally. And because they're much younger, I just want them to have, like, a good example of, like, there's no constraints on you.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So really just anything I want to do, whether it's engineering, aerospace, living in Korea, speaking a language, I'm going to do it.
Period.
So the best way I can. If I need to learn how to do it, I'll put in the work to learn how to do it, kind of thing. Because I just love that experience of learning. I think I'm just like a big learner.
Yeah.
So because I love to learn, I think that's the inspiration.
Which is good, because like, we can never stop learning, and the fact that you have like the open mind to continue to learn, you're going to continue to grow, you're going to continue to be the best. So it's no limit.
There's no limit, for real. I know that's very cliche, but it's
no,
really
seriously,
no
like, you literally can do anything.
I say this all the time. Like, every person I meet, my fans, like, you can do anything.
For sure.
It might seem impossible sometimes, but like, you won't know until you try.
Right.
I'd rather try and be like, okay, I tried.
Right.
Than saying like, well, I want to, but I never do it.
Yeah.
I really want to, but I never put in the time. I really want to, but I'm too scared.
Yeah.
Like, fear and faith can't exist in the same plane.
Right.
So I think I just kind of, I don't know, I at least I'm lucky to kind of like put the blinders on and be like, I'm going to do my thing regardless what other people say, or if they don't like it or don't think it's enough. Just channel that in on myself, and I think it's been working.
It's tunnel vision, you know, being able to lock in.
Right.
You know, and that's how greatness is, being able to be manifested.
Yes.
You know, and we see that with your art as well.
Well,
you know
thank
what
you.
I'm saying? You know, you're putting some dope art out there. And obviously we can hear it with your confidence and your awareness of who you are. So it really shows the authenticity of what you're producing with your music, and that's dope.
Thank you. I really try my best to like be myself as much as possible.
Absolutely. Where do you see yourself in, let's say, like 5 years? Yeah, gotta see the future, right?
Yeah, I think I've been like so caught up trying to be so focused on the present that, you know, sometimes you don't really give yourself the courage to think of the future. Like, you got future goals, but like, how often you think of the future? Like, I don't really think of the future too much because I'm like in the moment. Ooh, 5 years from now, wow, that's crazy. Like, I'm like stumped. It's not that I'm stumped, it's just like you really having me think a little bit deeper. Like, all right, 5 years from now, I definitely want to feel like I grew my discography, right? Like, I've channeled different genres by then, you know, same thing, not being in a box.
Yeah.
I hope that, you know, 5 years from now, I win a Grammy.
Okay,
You know, there's Grammys in my future.
Right. You heard it here on BoomBox.
BoomBox. Y'all heard it first.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? We got a Grammy-winning artist in here.
2028, it's up.
It's up, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I hope to win a Grammy. I hope to get into film. I hope I'm scoring films. I just hope that I'm known 5 years from now of, you know, like, that's Rakiyah. Like, there's, like, you can't really explain it.
Yeah.
You just know it's Rakiyah.
Right.
And I'm successful and, like, can take care of myself, you know what I mean? My family and my loved ones, you know, financially. And, like, because that's the hard part about being indie, you know what I mean? And, like, you're hungry and you trying to get it done, you like,
right.
how much longer? But, like, I think I'm okay with the ride.
Yeah, this indie game is crazy. You know, I don't think people really understand the amount of work that goes into being an indie artist and doing it yourself, and you know, really trying to build a brand for yourself. You know, it's a lot of time, energy, and
a lot of
sacrifices.
A lot of sacrifices. Like quitting engineering was a big step.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that stability. That's what I put all my years and money and like college debt into. So like to be like, I'm gonna do something else that I'm not familiar with, you know, like all the out in Jersey, like I don't have really anybody. Like I've been spent most of these past 3 years like all alone. So like all my music, you know what I mean, like that process, songwriting, even down to my visuals. Like I've done all my own visuals. I've done all my album covers. I've edited all my visuals.
Your
like,
most recent album cover is
too.
fire.
Thank you.
I don't know where you got the outfit from, but
Thank you. Like I put together whatever I can, whatever money I have, you know what I mean, like, and just try to make it work. But that's a lot. Right. It's a lot, and it's so much that like it can feel discouraging at times because you're looking for a certain output with that input. But like I can't look at that like that no more. Like I have to be okay with like whatever I'm putting in is because I'm being dedicated genuinely, and whatever that's going to come out is going to come out. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next month. But maybe sometime in the future, something I don't see yet will lead me up to there. Because everything connects.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? But
it's part of the journey.
Indie art, being indie art is...
Yeah.
What advice would you give to other up-and-coming artists?
All right, so keep it a buck. Plan. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I love that I just went into it. I think I let the creativity kind of lead the way, which is beautiful. But, like... just as anything else, like, it has to be strategic. You know what I mean? Like, learning is a big key, too. And doing more research is very, very important. Saving up. You know what I mean? Like, there's pockets when I had bread, and obviously I was able to do what I did. But, like, not, you know, planning those 5 steps ahead about, like, well, then how you going to fund this project? How you going to do this? You know what I mean? Like, definitely planning. Honing on a craft, like being open to learning, you know, and work with people, yo. Like, community is so important in general, and it's something I'm learning more in music. You know, switching from engineering, like all my friends are also all engineers from college. So like, I don't have that natural community in music. So like now I'm doing all that back end work, you know, and meeting people. Community is very important. Like, work with people. People have the same mindset as you. People have the same vision. People who see the vision. Protect yourself at the same time. You know what I mean? Protect your energy. But be open. Be open. Like, that's the best thing I can say. Like, I don't have no regrets. I just wish you know, I mean, what can I do? You know what I mean? Like, it's been so much I would have known in my room. You know what I mean? Like, just quitting engineering and be like, all right, I want to do this. So I'm learning, like, literally on the way. Yeah, on the go.
That's a blessing, though, you know. Sometimes that's a blessing in disguise because you know more. You're able to do more. And when it comes time to be able to delegate all the things that you need to be done, you'll be able to say, hey, I need it done this way. You know what I'm saying? You know what to look for. You got the eye for it now.
Yeah.
Good experience.
You know? It always feels better when you do it yourself.
Yeah, it does.
You know, it really feels better, you know.
It pays off. It's a nice, you know, pat on your back. Like, oh, I really did that.
Right, right. And come on fire. You know,
for sure, like
like I could do this.
I just what? Wait a minute, I did that. Like,
let's cook up some more.
Right. So you just dropped some new music this year. Any other upcoming projects?
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm working on like the next drop for top of the year, and I plan to just kind of be consistent a little bit, like maybe just focus on singles. Because when I came out with music, I did projects. Because I'm a project person, like I'm a concept storyteller, so I love that. But we're going back to strategy a little bit, you know what I mean? Like making it easy on myself to break it up and like have more chances for people to just keep listening to one thing at a time than like, let me put all my eggs in this basket in an album or EP, and it's, you know, we get it. So for sure, like my next single will be produced by me as well.
Okay.
Right. So I'm excited for that. It's the second time producing. And I've been like working with some new people lately. So like I'm excited, like very, very excited for all the upcoming music. I think people will have a good time. You know, I'm alternative R&B, but like I'm kind of like doing something I'm calling like aero trap.
Aero trap.
Aero trap. You know what I mean? Shout out to aerospace and aeronautical engineering. But like aero trap, so it's like me just floating melodically, but over like maybe ambient, dark, trap type of beats. So that's something I'm getting into more as well.
Okay, and then I wanted to kind of jump this question at you. I don't know if you're on TikTok, but do you ever put your songs on TikTok, like do like trending songs, like just keep on putting the same video with the same music, like how some of the other artists might do?
I just started doing that. Like, to be honest, it's so many different things to do and be on top of. So it's like, it's like 6 different platforms, you know what I mean? You gotta worry about the rollout, the strategy, it's so many different pieces to this when you do it independently. So like, I think I'm still kind of learning that. Like, I'm watching what other people are doing, I'm like, oh damn, I should do that. Like, you know what I mean? So like, using my music through platforms like TikTok, I think will be very helpful. So I'm just learning how to do it right so that it does what it needs to do. You know what I mean? So
that makes sense.
I'm tapping into that more for sure.
Okay. Well, shoot, tell everybody where we can follow you at, get your music, tap in. So
you can follow me on Instagram at Rakiyah. All my music is on every platform pretty much you can think of under Rakiyah. Twitter, Rakiyah in space. That's pretty much it. Like, I'm Rakiyah everywhere. Ain't a lot of Rakiyahs on there. So I should stand out when you look me up. But like, definitely check out my music. I think you'll enjoy what I have. And then also stay tuned to see what I have in store. I think it's gonna be a good time.
Well, we appreciate you coming through.
No, thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much.
My first podcast.
Hey.
Shout out to Jersey. You know
Jersey in the building.
Jersey got some talent, you know what I'm saying? And we're thankful to be able to break it out.
International talent at that.
We trying. Shout out to BoomBox Weekly. Amazing platform. You guys are doing amazing things. I love this. You made a super safe space for me.
Thank you. Thank you.
You already know what time it is. BoomBox Weekly. We out.
We out.
Hey.